stated date, place, and time has been disseminated as required under the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, PL 1975. Copies of the agenda are also posted on the city's website and Linden TV for the public. This meeting is now called to order. Mr. Clerk, could you please conduct a prayer and flag salute?
God of the universe, look thou with favor upon these here assembled, and bestow thy guidance upon the members of the governing body in their deliberations. This we ask in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence in remembrance of former Council President Robert Bunk, who passed away. Please be seated. In the event of an emergency, the proper method of exiting the council chambers is through the 3 doors in the rear of the room. Occupants should proceed down the staircase, out the front door, and move away from the area of the front steps. Any member of the public wishing to speak during the public comment session at the end of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets provided at the front of the room with your name and address. Please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate. If you must take a call, please leave the council chamber to do so. Mr. Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Mrs. Ormond.
Excused.
Mr. Javik.
Present.
Caldwell. Present. Mohammed.
Excused.
Rivas. Present. Delgado.
Here.
Strano.
Here.
Armstead.
Excused.
Rodriguez.
Here.
Hudak.
Excused.
Mrs. Yemakaitis.
Here. Could we have approval of the public session minutes of July 15, 2025, please? Could you please turn on your mic? Thank you.
Madam President, I move to approve the public meeting minutes of July 15th and ask for a second.
Second.
Mrs. Ormond.
She's not here.
Mr. Javik, I'm sorry.
Present. No, what am I present?
Caldwell. Caldwell.
Yes.
Rivas.
Yes.
Strano.
How about Delgado?
Oh, Delgado.
Yes.
Strano.
Yes.
Armstead.
Not here.
Rodriguez.
Yes.
Hudak.
Not
Mrs.
here.
Yemakaitis. Sorry about that.
Yes. Okay, we have a presentation this evening declaring September 26, 2025 as Mesothelioma Awareness of the City of Linden. Mesothelioma is a rare and aggressive cancer that develops in the lining of the lungs, abdomen, or heart. It is primarily caused by asbestos exposure, and symptoms can take decades to appear after initial exposure. I'd like to call up John Anderson to come forward, okay, as well as Mr. Mayor Armstead. Is he here? He just walked over. Okay. Okay. We'll be right with you, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson is a former longtime resident of the city of Linden who lost his wife Bonnie in 2023 to mesothelioma. Okay, so, Mayor? Oh.
It's all the time.
Yep. Mayor? As the mayor's coming, I'd like to say welcome back to Linden,
Oh, yeah. Hasn't changed much.
right?
But, no,
You're the second person this week
Oh, that's okay.
to say that to me, that it hasn't changed much.
And it hasn't changed in other areas. A lot of areas did change. But it's Linden.
Okay.
Always be Linden.
Linden, I like that. Linden will always be Linden,
Yep.
no matter how hard some try to change it.
No, yeah, quite true.
Okay, so we have our resolution this evening, Mayor?
We have a resolution declaring September 26, 2025 as Mesothelioma Awareness Day in the city of Linden. Whereas mesothelioma is an aggressive and incurable cancer that affects the linings of the lungs, abdomen, or other organs, and whereas mesothelioma is most often associated with exposure to asbestos, and whereas asbestos was heavily used in the military, shipbuilding, manufacturing industry, and construction of virtually all office buildings, public schools, and homes built before 1980, and has been recognized as the worst occupational health disaster in U.S. history. And whereas asbestos continues to be present in such structures to this day, and whereas there is no safe level as asbestos exposure, one fiber at one time can be enough to cause mesothelioma. Whereas because of occupational, military-related household or incidental exposure, and the latency of this disease ranging from 10 to 50 years between exposure and disease development, tens of millions of Americans are now at risk for developing mesothelioma, including first responders from Ground Zero in New York City and on September 11th, 2001, and whereas the 5-year survival rate is only 12%, and whereas Mesothelioma Applied Research Foundation was formed to eradicate the life-ending and vicious effects of mesothelioma, and progress is finally being made in developing effective treatments for the disease. And whereas Mesothelioma Awareness Days would raise public awareness of the disease and of the need to develop effective treatments for it. Now therefore be resolved that by the Mayor and Council of the City of Linden that September 26, 2025 be hereby proclaimed as Mesothelioma Awareness Day in the City of Linden, and is signed by Council President Michelle Yamakaitis, myself, and attested to by Joseph Bodek, our city clerk. And well, thank you for coming out
Thank you for doing it.
and
Thank you very
helping
much.
us to bring awareness to it. And I know that you had a family member, I believe it was your
My
wife,
wife.
who was diagnosed and suffered from that, and actually lost her life as a result of it.
Long term, it was quite a bit. She worked for Exxon, I worked for Exxon. A lot of that is where it came from, most likely.
Exactly.
And it's also in the areas, old buildings and so forth. And, you know, my wife grew up here.
Right.
My daughter was also a mayor for a day
Okay.
under Hudak back in.
Back in the, who that, who's that? Who's
Yeah,
that
he was-
right
Right
he was-
there,
He
yeah.
was the in-between gentleman.
Right, right.
you know.
Now, his daughter, you know, well, she's not here this evening, but his daughter's a council person in town.
Yeah, I saw the name
Yeah.
up there, which is
Yes.
pretty cool. I like that.
He was, Mr. Hudak was a nice
Still,
man.
they're keeping town going.
We have to, we have to.
Yep.
Would you like to say a few words?
Would you like to say a few words?
I see you got a speech here.
Yeah, but I don't want to take too much of your time
No,
and
it's-
repeat it.
it's quite all
My
right.
wife Bonnie Anderson grew up and stayed in Linden to bring up a family here, lived here for almost 60 years with me, my daughter Darcy, worked in Bayway, went to the Linden schools. My wife was also a librarian in the Linden middle schools when Toronto was here. A dream job from her younger years. They were active members of the community. My daughter worked in City Hall buildings, the grounds during the summer. During breaks, she worked at the high school. Bonnie was diagnosed with meso, and you pronounced that very well before.
Helioma.
While living in Linden and begged her treatment 20 years ago. She passed away 2 years ago. We're here today.
Take your time.
Mesothelioma is most often associated with exposure to asbestos. Asbestos continues to be present in such structures to this day. There's no level of asbestos exposure. And I really don't want to repeat everything that the mayor said in the proclamation, but I'm glad he's doing it. My wife was also instrumental in the New Jersey, it's permanently as Mesothelioma Day, and we were also involved in getting the country to do it with our group. I work on the Community Advisory Board for the Mesothelioma Research Foundation, and we develop grants to help cure people. We have doctors on our boards and everything that do things, and we appreciate anybody who donates money to them. It's a nonprofit. We've been around for quite a while, and we keep working with patients. That's where we look. We work with the community and the people to get them advice. So it's so rare. There's 4,000 people a year get it. There's multiple ways of getting it. So that's what we work at, and I work at. And I'm supposed to be at a meeting tonight on Zoom, but after I leave here, I'll be on the phone on the way home with my car.
Well, thank you for all
I
you
thank
do
you.
to bring awareness to it.
And hopefully our awareness one day will lead to a cure.
I hope so. And make it easier.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson.
Thank you.
We'll move over. Yep. Yep, we'll put this on here.
Thank you, because that'll go right to the meeting.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Almost perfect. Oh, he's back up.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
again.
you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Have a good meeting.
Okay, we're now going to move on to ordinances on hearing. Okay, we have ordinance 6928. Councilman Strano?
Yes, Council President, I think we need to entertain a motion to table this to a future date. That's ordinance number 69-28. Request a second on that.
Second. Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes, ordinance 6929, please.
Yes, Council President, same applies to ordinance 6929. I'd like to make a motion to table it to a future date and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6932, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-20, one-way streets shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. 7-20, one-way street, add Kennedy Drive on the westerly direction from West Simpson Avenue to South Stiles Street.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
I make a motion to move 69-32 and respectfully ask for a second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Rivas? Yes. Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes, and Councilwoman Caldwell?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
I apologize.
That's okay.
It's a little confusing this evening with so many out. Okay. Ordinance 6933, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-24, turn prohibitations shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic, 7-24, turn prohibitions, street, add South Park Avenue, no left turn from Park Avenue northbound into 1951 East Edgar Road, the Wawa.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been
No,
received?
ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to close the hearing on ordinance number 6933, motion to be adopted, and request a second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Rivas? Yes. Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6934, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic 7-33, handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A, handicap parking on street, add 704 West Blanky Street, 1 spot, 1013 Wheat Chief Road, 1 spot.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Madam President, I move to close the public hearing of ordinance 69-34. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6935, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7, Traffic, of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-34, don't block the box, shall be and the same is hereby amended as follows. Chapter 7, Traffic 7-34, don't block the box, 7-34.B, don't block the box, critical intersections, add East Linden Avenue and driveway of 2005 East Linden Avenue, north side of the road.
Okay, has the ordinance been properly published and posted?
Yes, ma'am.
Has any written communication been received?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
John Kaiser, 23 West Munsell Avenue.
Go ahead,
Actually, I should
sir.
have kept it this way because the camera's facing this way. I know this is about a specific intersection. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I get frustrated by this. I was actually going to do an Oprah request for the amount of times that this is actually, I'd like to know how often this block the box is actually, what's the word I'm looking for? How many tickets are given out for this? Okay, I know this is for East Linden Ave. I have a phone full of pictures from Clinton and Woodlawn. I waited for 3 lights the other day because the cars were blocking the box. I kind of get frustrated because I always hear that we passed the buck, it's a county road, it's a state road. Chief, are police officers, Linden police officers allowed to pull over cars on Route 1 or give, they are, right? Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If it's in the city, it needs to be enforced. There's just, I think there's a lack of enforcement there. Does anyone know how often this block the box is enforced? And I guess that's it. Thanks.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard on this ordinance? Seeing none, can we have a motion, please?
Madam President, I close the public hearing of ordinance 69-35. Move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Yes. Rivas?
Yes.
Delgado? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to consent agenda items. All items listed with asterisks are considered to be routine by the city council and will be enacted with one motion. Okay, we have items number 1 through 5 this evening. Could I have a motion, please?
Yes, Council President, I'd like to move the items 1 through 5 on the consent agenda, and I'll ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Delgado? Yes. Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to governing body reports. Okay, we'll begin with Councilman Javik this evening.
Yes, Council President. As chairman of the Fire Committee, the Fire Prevention Bureau collected the following monies during the month of July 2025, a total of $6,713.64. Regarding the Emergency Medical Service, EMS collections, the amount of $95,863.76 for the month of July 2025 have been added to the total deposits for 2025, totaling $601,271.66. Regarding our Construction Code Department, this department has issued 101 permits and processed 709 certificates and has issued 86 summonses for the month of July 2025. The monthly revenue is as follows. Building CCO permits and additional permit fees, $115,217. Zoning, $2,850. Court settlements for the month, $25,650. The reflective total being $143,717. Regarding our Board of Health, they are holding their 4th annual health fair on Saturday, October 11th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the School 1 gym. Once again, the event will feature local health and wellness organizations and businesses, a variety of free health screenings, testing, and immunizations, and prizes and giveaways. All are welcome, and there is no charge for admission. Linden area health and wellness organizations that would like to register for a free table at the event should call the Board of Health at 908-474-8409 and ask to speak to one of our outreach specialists. Good evening, all. Well, our gas and water work continues in our ward, that 2nd ward, with road resurfacing to follow from there. Also, our overnight truck parking enforcement is going pretty good, with a lot of summonses being issued on a weekly basis now. In the 2nd ward, we'll be having a ice cream social and community engagement at Noski Park, 421 North Style Street and West Elm Street on September 4th between the hours of 5 to 7 p.m. Please join myself, the mayor, council president, police department, fire department, DPW, recreation department, and more. Bring the whole family for fun, conversation, and community spirit. Delicious frozen treats from delicious ice cream and Klein's kosher ice cream will be served there. Look forward to seeing you there. May you all enjoy the remainder of the summer and the upcoming Labor Day weekend. I can be reached at 908-494-4608 or email me at bjavick@linden-newjersey.gov, on Facebook, 2nd Ward Councilman Barry Javick. End of my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Caldwell?
Thank you, Madam President. I may need a little more time because I have to read the extra report.
Okay.
So, okay. The payment of bills totaling $2,598,665.21. Bills have been signed by the mayor, council president, and finance chairwoman, and a detailed check register and vouchers are on the file in the clerk's office. We are in receipt of the investments made by the city treasurer for the month of July at a rate of 4.15%. I move for approval, and I ask for a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
Okay, thank you, Madam President. As the chair of Social Services, Linden Social Services provides residents with in-person and online support for programs such as SNAP, Medicaid, TANF, NJ Save, and Energy Assistance. They are located at 1120 East St. George Ave, Suite 4, and their phone number is 908-474-8620. There is a eviction guide, which is a mobile-friendly tool offering tenants step-by-step guidance through the eviction process, connecting them to a free legal help while ensuring privacy and security. The access to the guide is at https://evictionguide.dca.nj.gov/en. And you can reach out to them via email. It's evictionprevention@dca.newjersey.gov, and the phone number is 609-376-0810. On the technology front, the website traffic increased 19.3% as over 300,000 cyber attacks were blocked through the network slowdowns, which persists to an aging infrastructure. Cybersecurity readiness remains strong with ongoing training, secure password management, and expanded use of multi-factor authentication. Finally, the voice-over IP migration is nearly complete, bringing improved call management and communication features across the city departments. Where do I begin? I want to say congratulations to my son, Trevor, who is graduating from UTI this Friday. He will officially be an automotive mechanic and has already been recruited by a major car manufacturer. During his 52-week program, he earned the Student of Course 6 times, missing only one day of school to honor my late aunt who passed away, and never once needed me to wake him up or remind him about his homework. While maintaining a 4.0 GPA, he has also worked for Infinity, Honda, and showing determination and dedication. Trevor, you make us so proud. From Linden High to Scotch Plains Votech and now UTI, you have continued to prove that hard work pays off. Cheers to new beginnings and endless possibilities. We are going to celebrate you like there's no tomorrow. And to my husband, Ray, we did a good job. Now, write these dates down that are upcoming. The Third Ward garage sale is not until October, but usually I make announcements. So October 4th, 2025, and the rain date will be October 5th, 2025. And we will be having a community meeting on October 14th at the Linden Public Library in the Columbia Room on the 3rd floor at 6 p.m. I could be contacted at 908-531-0676, and my email is mcaldwell@linden-newjersey.gov. Remember, Councilwoman Caldwell always follows up and follows through. That concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Rivas?
Thank you, Madam President. I would like to start reading the report from the Division of Transportation and Property in regards to the monthly financial report for the parking meter collection. It's been said that the Trenton site collections were totaling at $2,125. The New York site collections total a amount of $1,133. Railroad credit card transactions reached at a total of $27,993.62. Railroad permits, $270. Railroad mobile payments, 2020 parking, that's the name of it, $14,540. Online railroad permits, $3,546. Parking meter collections, $11,119.20, and $0 for merchant permits, making a grand total of $60,726.82. This is the information shared by the Division of Transportation and Properties. Good evening, citizens of Linden. Good evening, neighbors of the Fifth Ward. I would like to start saying that I'd like to thank you, the community service of the Department of Public Works, for assisting many of our neighbors who were affected by the floodings of something that happens in July. So believe it or not, many of our neighbors didn't have a chance to clean their garages or clean everything on their basements until late weeks of the month of August or until the middle weeks in the month of August. And I'm under the understanding that we placed calls to the Department of Public Works, and they came in to do a special pickups. So we'd like to thank you for the members of the Department of Public Works who help our neighbors. At the same time, I'd like to remind you that hurricane season is going to start, and weather is something that we cannot predict. When these rains warnings are coming, sometimes they turn out to be floodings and very easily, quickly timed. Please prepare yourself. I know many ones in my ward, including myself, have been affected by floodings, and I wanted to make sure that we're prepared for the hurricane season. I know it's hard for many of us to say not to store things in the areas where the flooding has affected us, but we need to be proactive. We have been affected more than once, and we're going to continue to be affected if we don't continue to ask and call and request that our creeks area to be continue to be clean, that our city continues to have a proper management in our stormwater management, as well as something that I want to call out on my neighbors in the Fifth Ward, that if you see something in regards to your sewer system, try to make sure that you call early to try to find out if any problem may arise. We're doing some emergency repairs in some of the streets in Linden, and many people said that our sewer system might be collapsing, but before that, don't wait for that to happen. Try to get some help. Remember, we are to care even if it doesn't happen to us now, it might happen to affect us in the future. So it's better to be prepared and to be ahead of the game. Last, I would like to say that I had the opportunity to pass by on an event or initiative that our mayor sponsor in our ward regarding it's called Social Ice Cream. On last week, the mayor and the team were by the senior citizen buildings in my ward. I stopped by for a few minutes to say hello to the citizens. I like to say that ice cream is something that everybody likes. So if you had an opportunity to get an ice cream, I like to say to you, you all deserve a treat once in a while, and I would like to say thank you for the initiative. However, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to make sure that my neighbors in the city building understand, senior citizen buildings understand that we need to pay more close attention to everything that is happening to you. Don't let any of the information that is out there bother you or try to confuse you of the things that need to be done. Many things need to be done, and I'm glad that finally we are raising the bar. However, nothing is perfect, and we are to make sure that we gather and we get the information that we need in order to try to have an educated understanding of what's happening. Needless to say, I want to thank the Recreation Department. They finished the moving in the park in the Fifth Ward, and while we thought, particularly myself, that the spot chosen for that was a great area for senior citizens, we should have gotten more of the attendance that we have. Thank you, Madam President. I realize that I only have 5 minutes to do that, and
Do you need additional time?
I will say yes, Madam President, just to say to our residents, I'm going to continue to be the voice of your voice and the voice of the citizen. I want to continue to ask my fellow council members here in this chamber that to remember that our decisions do not affect only our ward residents or only the ward residents that we represent. It affects all the city members, especially when we are to make decisions regarding their quality of life. That's all my report, Madam President. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Delgado.
All right, good evening, everyone. I hope everyone's enjoying the last little bit of summer we have left. It's been decent weather, so take advantage. On August 5th, I got to support our National Night Out. It was a fantastic event. Many members of the community came out, so I want to thank our police and all of our employees that put that together. It was really good. August 14th, Dine at the Promenade was another event. Amazing food, drinks, and karaoke. Thank you for indulging me in your ears for a little bit of entertainment. You now know why I'm not a pop star. And I want to thank everyone who put that together. It's very nice to see everyone, various wards come together, come out and enjoy a nice evening in our city. Okay. Important information in regards to the flooding, New Jersey's Blue Acres program is once again doing information sessions about how to do buyouts. I know a lot of my residents in certain areas were interested in that. So go on my Facebook page, and I have the information there, and I will going to repost it. They have on 8/20, which is tomorrow, and at 8/26, a virtual meeting, and I'll have the links on my Facebook page, which is Eloy J. Delgado. So take advantage of that, see if this makes sense for your situation. I know in the past a few residents took advantage of it, and they were wondering if they were going to do it again. They are, and it's not just in Linden, they're offering it in various parts of the state due to the recent flooding that occurred statewide. So take advantage. The big thing I want to shout out and point out is that there is finally a crosswalk for our Hampton and Smith Street residents to the Walmart there. I know this has been an initiative for many years, so I want to thank everyone that's been working on that prior to me. Mayor, thank you for indulging me in my conversations about that. And I know a lot of the residents there, all the residents there are very happy about it. There's some things that I want to do to the crosswalk to make it even better, of course, but even more visible, but we first got to acknowledge that it's there. So, and that's a big deal for all my residents there, so thank you to everyone that put that together. Another thing that we did on Hampton, we did put a dog sign up saying that please clean up after our animals. Animals are great. I have my dog, love my dog, but if we're not cleaning up after them, it causes a health hazard. There's issues, I know sometimes in front of my school 6, there, where people are not picking up. There are doggy bags all around the apartment building there. Even if you're not a resident of that building, please grab the doggy bag from there and clean up after your pet if you forgot it at home. There is a big fine that our health department does issue. They have issued fines to people if we're able to prove that you're the one who did not pick up after your dog. So don't lose $1,000. Pick up after your dog. All right, let's see. We've been putting up new signage throughout the ward when it comes to speeding. When you put new speed limit signs, we slow children at play signs because we have a lot of new kids in the neighborhoods, which is a great thing. We have to be mindful as citizens. Yes, we 100% need enforcement, but I wish we could have a cop on every corner. I know we can't. We have to be mindful. I know myself, I've been almost hit by a car multiple times walking the ward. Speeding is an issue. We know it's an issue, and we got to do everything possible on our end, from signage to rumble strips and whatnot, to try to help that enforcement, of course. But we also, as citizens, need to be mindful ourselves. Watch out. Be mindful. Let's see. Oh, we've been getting a lot of complaints about people parking to the curbs or on their stop signs. That is against ordinance. I will be working with our traffic division to make sure there's enforcement there. Again, it's a line of sight issue. A lot of times you can't see when you're coming out of a stop sign if there's cars parked on both sides. So please, fair warning. I don't like anyone getting a ticket, but if you're breaking the ordinance and you're causing a safety hazard, we have to do what we have to do to protect everyone. So please be aware of that. Last, but certainly not least, I know everyone's seen some of the recent tragic events that have been going on in the city that you can't predict. Mental health matters, emotional health matters. There's resources to get help. Just my thoughts and prayers are with all the family members, residents affected in the last few days. And just be safe, be there for yourself, and be there for each other. Thank you, everyone. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Councilman. Could you do you have the dates, time and address for the Blue Acres, in case people aren't on social media?
Right now, it's 2 virtual meetings. So the link's going to be, it's on that flyer, and I'll post it on my Facebook page, Eloy J. Delgado. There's a virtual meeting tomorrow, 8:20, from 6 to 8 p.m., and then another one on 8/26 from 6 to 8 p.m. And they're going to go through the process of if the state wants to give you an offer, if it makes sense for you to sell to the state, and that your plot of land becomes a Blue Acres land. And if those times don't work, if those meetings don't work, the state is willing to do individual meetings with people. There's a phone number, and I'll have that on my Facebook page as well. I know that the state did do mailings to like Emma, 13th and 12th, so people did get the information directly, but I just want to reiterate and reinforce it as much as possible because I don't want anyone to miss out on the opportunity if they want to take advantage of it.
Thank you, Councilman.
Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Strano?
Thank you, Council President. I have before me the personnel agenda for the August of this year. Number one in the construction code is the approving the reposting for an electrical inspector part-time at the salary range of $39.37 to $65 per hour. B is approving the increase of hours to full-time for Kiri Close, code enforcement officer, at the rate of $20 per hour effective August 20th of 2025. C is approving the resignation in good standing of Anita Padulko, Clerk 1, effective August 5th of 2025. D is approving the posting for the position of a technical assistant to the construction official, full-time, at the range of $52,201 to $99,213. E is approving the appointment of Mark Anico, a building inspector part-time, at the rate of $50 per hour, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 2 is the police department. A is approving the resignation in good standing for the public safety telecommunicator trainee Eric DeReese, effective August 1st of 2025. B is approving the resignation in good standing of police officer Nicholas Tomei, effective August 3rd of 2025. C is approving the appointment of 5 public safety telecommunicator trainees included on an attached list at the annual salary of $44,000, effective September 8, 2025, subject to the successful completion of all city pre-employment requirements. D is approving the appointment of Ani Martin, computer services technician full-time, at the salary of $42,071, effective September 8th of 2025, and that's subject to the successful completion of all city pre-employment requirements. E is approving the appointment of Matthew Martins, computer services technician full-time, at the salary of $42,071, effective September 8th of 2025, subject to the successful completion of all the city employment requirements. 3, in the community services department. A is approval of the seasonal list that's on file in the clerk's office. B is approving the appointment of Elijah Smith, truck driver, Tier 2, full-time, effective September 8, 2025, at the annual rate of $29 per hour, subject to the medical clearance and successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is approving the appointment of Robert Oviedo, truck driver, Tier 2, full-time, effective September 8th of 2025, at the annual rate of $29 per hour, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. D is approving the annual stipend in lieu of overtime for Eric Sporer for deceased animal removal in the amount of $2,500. E is the change in title for Phil Ransom to the internal designation of a department facilitator with a salary adjustment to $85,000, effective August 20th of 2025. F is approving the annual stipend in lieu of overtime for Unique Nito for deceased animal removal in the amount of $2,500. 4, in our court. A is approving the appointment of Erica Williams, violations clerk, full-time, at the salary of $59,000, effective September 8th of 2025, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirement. Ms. Williams is granted a residency waiver. B is approving the appointment of Tiana Mitchell, clerk 1, part-time, at the annual rate of $20.49 per hour, not to exceed 29 hours per week, effective September 8th of 2025, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. C is approve the appointment of Alexia Roman, clerk 1, part-time, at the annual rate of $20.49 per hour, not to exceed 29 hours per week, effective September 8th of 2025, subject to the successful completion of the city's pre-employment requirements. 5, in the personnel department. A is approving the FMLA-NJFLA leaves that are on file in the Division of Personnel. I move for approval and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas?
Just to open, not to
3,
3E.
E. Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemekaitis?
Yes.
All right, continuing on with a little bit of a report, if I have the time,
You go.
please. In the ward, we have now installed 2 new flashing speed readout signs, similar to the ones that are down the street here, approach to, from Blanky Street to Price Street there. And they work. People people recognize them, they see them, and it actually helps. This is on Southwood Avenue at the approaches to the School 2 area. It's been sorely needed for years. The flashing amber lights that used to be manually controlled have been out of service, and I just want to thank our departments, both our traffic and our traffic maintenance department in Division of Community Services for finally getting that done. It's a great improvement. We got it done prior to the school year opening up, and I just want to shout out to them. But I also want to shout out to all of our departments and all our city workers for the continuing dedication and the hard work that they put in. And not to be omitted, I also want to thank all of those people that volunteer for all of our different boards and that also are our committees that we have, whether it's, Halloween parade or the cultural and heritage, and thank you. Whatever it is, thank you. It's greatly appreciated. On that note, talking about volunteers, two people that are mentioned on our consent agenda that have, we accepted their resignation, are two very long-time dedicated volunteers, and that was Joseph LaPlaca and Armand Fioretti. There's a world of knowledge there that we're not going to have anymore, but God bless them. They're both 97 years old, and I thank them for the decades that they put into that job. And I just wanted to make that on the public record for this meeting. And that concludes my report. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman. Okay, Councilman Rodriguez?
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, residents. I've been walking the ward. I've been walking through the ward to identify trees that need trimming before hurricane season reach its peak. This is a proactive approach. It's essential to prevent storm damages and to protect both property and public safety. I'm also fully aware that some streets have been missed during recent street sweeping cycles. I want to assure residents that we are addressing this issue directly with the appropriate departments. We hear your concern, and we're working to make sure that every street in our ward receives the attention it deserves. I've also been receiving calls and concerns from residents in the often overlooked section of Sunnyside, particularly along Northwood Avenue across Ryanton Road, near Berlin Avenue and Burwood Avenue. Many residents have raised issues regarding the operation of Wonder Group, which has been impacting your quality of life. I want to be clear. I hear you. I'm on your side. The noise, the trash, disregards for residents' peace and property are unacceptable. I have spoken out strongly against Wonder Group expansion plans because every time they grow, the problem grows in our neighborhood with them. This is just not about business. It's about protecting family, preserving peace, and ensuring that our community is not sacrificed for corporate convenience. Our ward is strong because of the people that live here, and I'll continue to fight for you, whether it's ensuring clean and safe streets, protecting our neighborhood from disruptive business, or preparing for challenges of hurricane season. I remain committed to standing with you every step of the way. Thank you for your continued trust and raising your voice. Together, we will keep moving our community forward. I also want to invite everybody to a social community engagement night with our mayor and council president and council member, Councilwoman Orman, Councilwoman Hudak, and myself will be there. It will be hosted at Woodrow Wilson Memorial Park, 1100 Summit Terrace. It will start from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., August 26, 2025. Bring the whole family. We'll have free frozen treats, delicious ice cream, and clean kosher ice cream. I hope you guys can make it there, and I hope to see you guys there. That concludes my ward report. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Rodriguez. Okay, for my report this evening, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer my deepest condolences to the Bunk family. I was deeply saddened to hear of former Council President Bobby Bunk's passing. He served the city of Linden as a police officer, a councilman, and council president. He was not only a mentor to me, but also a true friend, guiding me on my journey to becoming a leader on this council. His humor and wisdom made a lasting impact on all of us who had the privilege of serving with Council President Bunk. My favorite Bunk line will always be, "You've heard of Robert's rules? Well, I'm Robert." Okay? His legacy will live on through his countless lives he's touched. Okay? On September 8th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Linden Public Library will be offering a Welcome to the Library event with events scheduled throughout that time with a story time and craft, a bouncy house, Linden Library resource bingo, and a teen and adult drop-in crafts. I'm excited to announce the launch on this date of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library at 12:30 p.m. that day. Since its launch in 1995, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library has become the preeminent early childhood book gifting program in the world. Linden is the first city in the state of New Jersey to have this program. This program works with community partners through funding shared with Dollywood Foundation to once a month mail an age-appropriate book to enrolled children from ages birth through 5 years. It is so important in early literacy for children to be read to or to learn the value of reading. It's one thing to go to the library, it's also important for them to have those books in hand and learn the value of reading. You could receive more information on this program the day of the event, and I encourage all parents, grandparents, bring your children to the library, register them for this program. It's for ages 0 months through 5 years, and they will receive a book each month if they register. Okay, Linden's 6th annual Polish Festival will be held in the Raymond Bower Promenade on Saturday, September 20th, from 2 to 7 p.m. Come out for a day to not only learn about Polish culture, but to taste authentic Polish food, music, and dancing. DJ Carol will also be back this year, so everybody's guaranteed a good time. August 25th, I'm sure the mayor will have more information this evening, is the backpack giveaway from 5 to 7 p.m. at Raymond Bower Promenade. Okay, you could also get a library card there for your children and other activities. We'll be having the September 11th Candlelight Vigil at Wanda Green Park at 6:15 on September 11th at Mack Place in the 8th Ward. If many residents don't know, Wanda Green was a resident of the 8th Ward. She was a flight attendant on Flight 93, so we honor her, as well as all the victims of September 11th on that day. So all are invited to come. The park is in the 8th Ward in the Bayway area. On Mack Place, it's right off of Greer Avenue, and it's at 6:15 p.m. Information will also be available on the city website. The Linden Hometown Hero Banner Program is now taking applications for this year. This is a program to honor and recognize City of Linden servicemen and women and their families who have served or given their lives to our country in the United States Armed Forces. More information is available on the city website, or for more information on the banner program, you can call Linden Sid Uptown Linden office at 908-718-5831 or email sid@uptownlinden.com. It's SID@uptownlinden.com. And I've also been asked to mention Save the Date. The Kiwanis Club at Linden is holding their annual Taste of Linden on Monday, November 10th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. at the Grand Banquet Hall on Style Street. Advance tickets are $20 and $25 at the door. Come out for a sample of great foods from many of Linden's businesses. There are also opportunities, if you're a business owner, for sponsorship still available. For more information, please contact June Lazaro at 908-930-8310. Hey, Mayor, we have a few council members. I know you have the ice cream social flyer up there. Can you mention those dates, particularly 8th Ward and 4th?
I certainly will.
Not here, Councilman Rodriguez mentioned for the 1st and 10th. So, thank you, Mayor.
No
Go ahead.
worries. Good evening, everyone. First thing I'd like to do is send my condolences to Robert Bunk and his family. He was council president in town. He also served as a police officer in our town. He served with distinction, and he and his family made many contributions to this town. He'll be missed. Bobby Bunk had a very unique personality. He was always happy, always friendly, and he'll definitely be missed. He would often stop by City Hall, even in his retirement, just to come check on things and see how everybody was doing. So again, he'll be missed. As I mentioned last month, I'm going to report on what we refer to as the non-residential development fees that the city is receiving. We received $31,000 again this month, and again, those non-residential development fees will be used to help us move our efforts forward with the low to moderate income housing efforts that the state is mandating. So we're getting close to $1 million, so that's a good thing. I'd like to also talk about our CDBG, which is Community Development Block Grant money that we receive every year. I'm going to ask council to take a good look at the money and what we do with it. We typically do roads with it, but I think that, and some small repairs to about 4 or 5 homes every year. But I think that this governing body has been very diligent in their efforts to do street repairs and sidewalk repairs. I think that since we normally bond for those type of projects, I think we should even consider using our community development block grant money to help us achieve our goals for our low to moderate income housing that's being required of us by the state. So council and I will be discussing that, and hopefully they will see that it's a good thing to move in that direction. I'd like to talk about the DuPont settlement. There's a DuPont settlement for over $2 billion, and while the money doesn't directly come back to the cities, the state will be allocating that money to various cities. I do know that for some time, we had a DuPont right here in our city, and they were responsible for contaminating a lot of land and a lot of water in this town. So I'm going to ask our attorney, or I have asked our attorney, to look into what we can do with regards to trying to seeing that Linden gets its share. There's no question that the contaminated land for years could not be taxed or sold because of its contamination. So I think that the city of Linden should be entitled to some sort of retribution regarding their action or those locations. So we also would like to report on, we have a backpack to school event. This is our 10th year doing it. It's going to be Monday, 8/25, from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Promenade, which is right across the street. We've been doing this again for 10 years, and we usually give out over 1,000 backpacks along with supplies, and we try to feed the people as they come, like pizza and hot dogs, to try to, and maybe some Italian ice or some drinks, just to try to keep them, make everybody happy. It's a good, happy day. A lot of children come out and they have a good time that day. As the council president mentioned, we do have what we call community engagement and ice cream socials, and it's definitely it's just our little way of trying to connect with the residents of the city. So the next one that we'll be having will be August 21st at Dr. King Park, and that is on McCandless Street, and the park is between McCandless Street and Bauer Street. So somewhere along the Bauer Street side of the property, we'll be having that particular event. That's August 21st. And I believe they start at 5 and they end at 7 p.m. So on August 28th, we're having one at Melnick Park. Again, the starting time will be 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. September 2nd, we'll be having one at Pulaski Park. And again, the time is 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. September 4th, Noxkey Park. And September 10th, St. Mark's Park. So at all these events, we'll be featuring representation from the Linden Police Department, Linden Fire Department, the Recreation Department, and the Department of Public Works, and more. And the idea here is to just try to engage with the public, because everybody has concerns, everybody may have a complaint, and we figure if you're going to come to complain, we might as well soften you up a little bit, give you a little ice cream first. So, they've been been received very well, and we would like to continue to have functions like this moving forward. So we also have a New Jersey Property Tax Relief Filing Event, and that's going to be September 16th. The time will be 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and the location is at the John T. Gregorio Center on Helen Street. Now, this is for homeowners and renters. And what we'll be doing, we'll be helping you to fill out your PAS-1 and your ANC-1 forms, that's your anchor forms. So there'll be division representatives on site to assist you with the filing, and there'll be electronic and paper applications and filing assistance will be available. So once again, that will be September 16th, time 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the reason why we're having this is that people they have a very difficult time filing these applications. Again, so it's the Anchor program, that's a New Jersey Affordable Communities for homeowners and renters, and also how to fill out your senior freeze applications. Again, a lot of seniors have a very difficult time trying to fill out the senior freeze applications, so we're here to try to help. And so we'll see you September 16th. And if you can't make it, just give my office a call, and we will find some time to maybe personally visit you to try to help you along with your filings. And last but certainly not least, I just want to remind everybody that tonight we're having at the Promenade, we are part of our summer entertainment series. We have this evening, it will be the 80s Revolution. So some of you who were around in the 80s might like to attend. I know 80s, it was a good time. So that basically concludes my report, Council President, unless there's anything else that I may have missed.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Okay, we'll now move on to resolutions. We have resolutions 332 through 352 this evening. Can we have a motion, please?
Council President, I move for approval of resolutions 2025-332, 2025-352, and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes to all, no to 338, 341, 345.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes to all, with the exception of 332 and 352. Abstain.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
And Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes on all, but I abstain on 332. Okay. Before we move on to ordinances on introduction, I just want to remind everyone that's in the room, if you'd like to speak during the public comment portion of the meeting, please sign in on the white sheets in front of the room. Okay, ordinances on introduction. Tonight, we begin with ordinance 6936, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance Adopting and Enacting the Revised General Ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic, Section 7-26.1, Pickup and Drop-Off Zones for schools shall be in the same as hereby amended as follows. 7-26.1, Pickup and Drop-Off Zones, schools. Add East Morris Avenue, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. on the north side between Southwood Avenue and Clinton Street, the entire length.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Madam President, I'd like to move for introduction of ordinance 69-36 and request a second.
Second.
Mr. Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas?
Yes.
Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, ordinance 6937, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden that Section 1, Chapter 7 Traffic shall be, Section 7-27 Bus stops shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. East Morris Avenue, westbound on the northerly side at Southwood Avenue and Clinton Street, beginning 95 feet northeasterly of the curb line of Southwood Avenue and extending 275 feet northeasterly therefrom, from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Council President, I move 6937 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6938, please.
An ordinance to amend and supplement Chapter 7 Traffic of an ordinance entitled, an ordinance adopting and enacting the revised general ordinances of the City of Linden, 1999, passed November 23, 1999, and approved November 24, 1999, and as amended and supplemented. Be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 7 Traffic shall be, and the same is hereby amended as follows. 7-33 handicap parking regulations, 7-33.1A handicap parking on street, remove 1018A University Terrace 1 space.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6938, please?
Yes, Council President, I move ordinance 6938 for introduction and request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6939, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $96,800 for Memorial Park safety material upgrades for the Department of Parks and Recreation and authorizing the issuance of $91,960 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6939 and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6940, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $198,000 for the acquisition of traffic threat equipment for the Office of Emergency Management and authorizing the issuance of $188,100 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6940, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6940 and request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6941, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $297,000 for various capital improvements for the Division of Transportation and Properties, and authorizing the issuance of $282,150 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Okay, can we have a motion for introduction of 6941, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6941 and request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6942, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $341,000 for various capital equipment and improvements for the police department, and authorizing the issuance of $323,950 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6942, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction of ordinance number 6942 and request a second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6943, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $543,900 for Wilson Park restoration for the Department of Parks and Recreation, and authorizing the issuance of $236,455 in bonds or notes for financing part of the appropriation.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6943, please?
I move 6943 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6944, please.
Bond ordinance providing an appropriation of $893,500 for the acquisition of Milkoski Park playground improvements for the Department of Parks and Recreation, and authorizing the issuance of $193,325 in bonds or notes of the city for financing part of the appropriation.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6944, please?
I move 6944 for introduction and request a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6945, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 1-2 entitled Definitions, be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that Chapter 1-2 entitled Definitions shall be amended to add the following: License inspector shall mean the city clerk or his designee.
Can we have a motion for introduction, please?
Yes, Council President, I move 6945 for introduction and ask for a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Ordinance 6946, please.
An ordinance amending Chapter 4-2 entitled Peddling and Soliciting, be it ordained by the Council of the City of Linden, Section 1, that 4-2 entitled Peddling and Soliciting shall be amended to add the following: 4-2.14 Enforcement. This section shall be enforced by the Board of Health and the Police Department.
Can we have a motion for introduction of ordinance 6946, please?
Yes, Council President, I move for introduction 6946 and respectfully ask for a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell? Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Strano?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yemakaitis?
Yes. Okay, we'll now move on to comments from members of the public in attendance. We request city business only, no personal, political, or derogatory comments, not to exceed 3 minutes. Mr. Craig Halloran?
Craig Halloran, 120 Donaldson Place. First of all, on my street, I know Barry's well aware of things that go on over there, 511, 591 West Price Street. Evidently, they got confused about trash day, and they put trash out, which is on the sidewalk on our street on Donaldson. And with the kids going back to school before September, you had this trash there, and these people haven't moved it since the trash day on the other Public Works ward or whatever it is, where they pick up, I guess, on Blanky Street for trash. It's on the, I'm afraid that if it falls on the sidewalk, some kid's gonna get hurt going to school. So this has to be dealt with. Okay. Another thing that I think is important is that I know over on Elizabeth Avenue, down the corner from where I live, that the area is up for redevelopment. I urge the city council to think very carefully about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, if there's an abandoned piece of property, I'm all for developing. By all means, do it. But think about any traffic that this will generate. I look at this 400-unit apartment building or whatever that's going up on Stiles Street, on the other side of Stiles Street, and we have a hard enough time dealing with traffic now. How are we going to keep dealing with all this traffic from all this development? If you keep putting up apartments and parking decks and everything else, we might as well just walk somewhere, because we won't be able to drive. And it's, the other thing is that when new people move into the city, especially if they own a house, I know the tax officers are well aware of it. should somebody in the city, the tax office, whatever, say, hey, here's your tax bill, but along with that, this is a public works schedule for when your pickup is. So therefore, the new residents might be better advised as to when they can put out trash or their garbage or something, rather than, yeah, well, they did it over here, but that's not their district, but most of the public doesn't know that. So if they're informed by sending it out with the tax bill when they buy a house or whatever, that might be beneficial. So right off the top of my head, I don't think there's anything else right now. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. O'Halloran. We'll look into those concerns you brought forward. Thank you. Okay, I believe it's Darrell Sadler. Am I saying that right? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Darrell Sadler, 104 East Elizabeth Avenue. So I made some notes. So I wasn't going to say, there's one thing in particular I came for, but I wanted to make a suggestion. I don't know about you guys up here, but every time I come, I can hear people out in the hall, whether it's the police officers and their radios, or just people out there talking, their voices carry, so it's a distraction. So I know they need to be there for our safety, but it may be possible that the door can be closed, so I don't have to strain. I do have a hearing aid, but I have to really strain to hear what you guys are saying because I can hear the noise in the back. I was listening to the resolutions, and was talking about picking up deceased animals. Someone put a dead cat. It had been decayed for a while right outside of my complex. It did get removed, but I'm glad to see that you guys got somebody doing that. I just wanted to add that. And let me see. Yes, the councilman Delgado mentioned about the dog pickup. We're having an issue in our complex, and we're trying to work on that. I was in Japan back in June, and that entire country is clean as a whistle. And so I figured I'm gonna try to figure out something how to do it at Parkline to just clean up that one area. And if they can do a whole country, we can definitely clean up Linden. I'm telling you, everywhere you went, even the public bathrooms were spotless, spotless. I just wanted to throw that out there. The other thing is that what I really came for today, I came to respectfully ask, so there's food that's being delivered to our complex from the mayor's office. It's in a bag, and it's like off-name cereal. Sometimes it's fruit. The first time I saw it, it was in our lobby for like weeks. We didn't know who, we thought it was for one of the residents there, but I guess it's just like to give to people who may be needy. And it sat there and spoiled. It was smelling in our lobby, so I reached out to my councilwoman. She reached out to the office. It stopped, but it keeps starting back. So I don't know if it's for someone specifically, but if it is, I would like for it to please be delivered to that individual because it keeps coming. It's an eyesore. And when people, they ramble through it, the people who do go through it, and then they just leave the bag in the lobby. And I had company visiting from North Carolina the other day, and then I come home, we come back from Broadway play, and there it is sitting in the lobby. So if someone could please make sure it stopped coming, but if it's for someone that needs it, let it go to that, let them deliver it to that person individually because it just doesn't look good in the lobby. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Caldwell did refer that to Mayor Armstead and his constituent services. They're taking care of it. They're going to update their lists and stuff. So thank you for bringing that to everyone's attention.
Yes, Council President. If it's being delivered and the persons don't want it, then we'll stop delivering it. I need to find out from the girls in constituent services whether or not they have a specific apartment or household they're delivering to. Okay.
Okay. John Kazar? Okay. All right. Virginia Malik? You're good? Okay. All right. Can we have a motion to close the public comment portion of the meeting, please?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to close the public comment of the meeting. I respectfully ask for a second.
Second.
Javik?
Yes.
Caldwell?
Yes.
Rivas? Delgado?
Yes.
Stranos?
Yes.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Mrs. Yamakaitis?
Yes. Okay. That concludes our meeting for this evening. The next council meeting will be as follows. Council conference meeting Monday, September 15th at 6 PM in the council conference room, City Hall. Council conference meeting prior to the council meeting Tuesday, September 16th at 6 PM in the council conference room. Council meeting Tuesday, September 16th at 7 PM in the council chambers. These meetings are all held in person. Can we have a motion to adjourn?
May I have a 30 seconds for anything, Madam President?
Yes, you can, sir.
Thank you. Not to enlog the meeting, but I just want to piggyback on what the mayor said about the senior freeze. When I used to work for the Division of Taxation for the state of New Jersey, there are so many seniors who don't take advantage of that program who are eligible. What that program does, it'll reimburse you from the time when you apply. Let's say your taxes are, let's say, $5,000. You apply, but then because of tax increases, your taxes are now $7,000. The state will reimburse you $2,000 so that your effective tax rate is frozen at that $5,000 rate. So many of our citizens don't take advantage of it. We're trying to be proactive here to make sure that here in Linden, all our citizens take advantage of it. Please, please do. I mean, when I worked in the division, it was just so sad the amount of people that we knew didn't do it. So please do it. Reach out to any of us, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. Thank you. Thank you, Madam President.
Okay, can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
I make a motion to adjourn, Madam President. Ask for a second.
Second.
Yes?
Yes.
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 Yes.